Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, so we continue our lecture on the topic of water supply and cool water system. So for this topic, student should be able to identify direct and indirect system, and then to determine the type of plumbing fixtures, valve, and several type of pump. Okay, so what is the source of water and where is the water came from? So the water came from stream, lake, from pond, river, and reservoir. Okay, so the company that provide water to the consumer, contohnya Syabas and syarikat air Johor dan sebagainya, they need to get the water from this source and then treat it before they jual kepada consumer lah kan. Okay, so that is from surface source and then from ground source. So kebanyakan kita punya main source is from river and kita ambil fresh water daripada hulu sungai, and then we treated at the water treatment plant before we supply to the consumer. Okay, so distribution system. So distribution system ni means syarikat air ni dia akan supply kepada consumer melalui beberapa cara lah kan, beberapa cara, which is contohnya kawasan perumahan you tu, it require the pumping system or maybe a gravity system, and based on the location of your of the consumer lah, and maybe varies lah, and sometimes the consumer ni duduk dekat atas bukit, sometimes dekat bawah bukit. So for efficient distribution, it required the water should reach every consumer with required the rate of flow. Maksudnya they need the pressure lah, and they need the pressure. Sometimes you buka bilik air tu, pressure tak cukup, so you pun tak selesa nak menggunakan air tersebut kan. Okay, so pumping system plus gravity system we call as a dual system. So the gravity system, where such as lake, river, or reservoir sufficiently high above the city area. So daripada situ, daripada reservoir tu, maksudnya air yang dah terawat tu disupply menggunakan sistem gravity, and so they just need to tap the water from this reservoir and then menggunakan pipe dan juga valve, dia akan supply ke seluruh kawasan tu lah, seluruh kawasan tu based on the gravity system, and based on the gravity system. So the is at a normal practice, and the normal principle, so they based on the height lah kan. Kalau reservoir, selalunya you akan tengok reservoir tu akan ditinggikan kan, so that the water can flow to the, orang kata orang yang berada dekat kawasan yang paling tinggi pun dia boleh dapat pressure yang cukup, pressure air yang cukup. Okay, no pumping is required, so that is the gravity flow, gravity system. So the pumping system. So the pumping system. So if let's say the water is lower than the kawasan yang nak disupply ni, so they need to use the pumping system lah, and so they need to provide the pump house, and then inside this pump house they have so many equipment, and equipment which is pump lah, and majority is pump, and then of course the fixture dan fittings untuk nak tinggikan pressure air tu, and water is directly pumped in the main, so numbers of pump are required to work at different time pressure rate in a day. Okay, so the pressure is maintained in the pipe line by pump, so the water pressure is maintained in the pipe by the pump. So that's why this system is required a lot of maintenance and a lot of operation cost lah, and because to run the pump, so they need 24 hour electricity supply. Okay, so the dual system, and usually dekat kita punya taman perumahan banyak menggunakan dual system lah, which is apa nama, kalau lokasi kawasan orang kata kawasan di sekitar daerah tersebut mempunyai kawasan yang tinggi dan mempunyai kawasan yang rendah lah, kan. So selalunya dekat taman-taman perumahan, the service reservoir will serve as orang kata reservoir lah, as a reservoir ni. Reservoir is they store the water lah, they store the water first, then only they will supply to all the consumer within that area, within the area. So pump is connected to the main as well to elevate the reservoir, and when the less water demand, water is stored in the elevated reservoir. So this is the elevated reservoir. So it's more reliable and economic, required uniform rate of pumping. Okay, so when during power failure, the firefighting water stored in the reservoir can be used. Okay, so that is the advantage of using this dual system. Okay. Okay, plumbing. Okay, so in order to supply the water and then reach to all the consumer, so semua manusia menggunakan air, so they will supply menggunakan menggunakan sistem plumbing lah, sistem plumbing. So far tak ada lagi lah wireless system to supply, kan, wireless system to supply water. So water is physically water lah, kan. You boleh bayangkan what is water. So dia mesti melalui satu medium, which is apa nama, sistem perpaipan, kan. So the plumbing is defined as the art of technique of installation pipe, fixtures and other apparatus in building for bringing the water supply or liquid and removing them. Yeah. So that is the plumbing. Okay. Yang ni Latin plumbum. Okay. From the Latin plumbum, lead as pipe were once made from the lead. So that is the definition sajalah. Okay. So plumbing system. So the system include the potable water supply and distribution pipe. Okay. All sanitary and storm drainage system daripada roof, maksudnya all the sanitary, kan. So that is also considered a plumbing system. So daripada supply pipe, kan, so fixtures sampai ke drainage pipe, kan. So that is considered as a plumbing system lah, as a plumbing system. Okay, so this is the plumbing life cycle, and this is kita menggunakan air daripada water supply ni lah, kan. And then they distribute menggunakan pressure and piping network, and then this is kita akan menggunakan air. Okay, kita akan menggunakan air. Okay, so menggunakan air melalui plumbing and fixtures, and then collection is gravity through gravity and pipe network, and then barulah kita disposal, kan. Disposal tu maksudnya kita dah menggunakan air tersebut dan akan masukkan dalam drainage kita, kan, masukkan dalam sistem sewerage kita, kan, dan dia akan di-treat. So dekat Malaysia ni company yang treat the sewerage ni is Indah Water Consortium, the only Indah Water Consortium in Malaysia yang treat the sewerage water, and then barulah dia akan buang air tersebut ke hilir sungai. Okay, ingatlah supply selalunya dia akan ambil daripada hulu sungai lah, daripada hulu sungai. So that proses nak treat the water is lesser than compare kalau you ambil air daripada air yang memang daripada hilir sungai. So selalunya dia company bekalan air ni akan ambil water daripada hulu sungai lah, kan, ataupun dia akan buat dam. So dia akan store the water, so dia akan ambil air daripada dam tersebut dan dia akan rawat sebelum dia distribute to the consumer, kan. And then this is the plumbing cycle, kan, sampai ke treatment sampai ke indah water, and then dia akan keluarkan balik air yang telah dirawat ke hilir sungai. Selalunya ke hilir sungai ataupun ke reservoir ataupun lake lah. Okay. So that is the plumbing life cycle. So water supply and distribution system. So usually we use water supply for drinking purpose, cooking purpose, sanitary purpose, washing purpose, and gardening. So that is the cold water system lah. So usually there are two type of cool water system, direct or indirect. Okay. Sistem ni ialah sistem di dalam rumah kita. Yang tadi tu sistem air yang dirawat dekat water treatment plant sebelum sampai ke kawasan rumah kita lah. Okay, bila dah sampai, dia ada dua pula jenis sistem, which is a direct system and indirect system. Okay, selalunya dekat kitchen, selalunya is direct system. Okay, untuk kawasan toilet, selalunya dia akan naik ke atas water tank dulu, and then sebelum didistribute ke kawasan toilet dan juga kawasan-kawasan lain yang di dalam rumah kita. Okay. So advantage and disadvantage of direct water supply. So direct water supply, dia ada advantage lah, saving in pipe network, especially in multi-story building. And so there is no need to buat pipe masuk ke dalam water tank dulu, and dia terus supply terus direct kepada kediaman tersebut. Okay, so this is due to cool water distribution pipe from the system is being omitted. So maksudnya kita tak masuk ke dalam sistem tu lah. Sistem tu ialah sistem yang masuk ke water tank tu dulu. Okay. So disadvantage, there is a danger of fall water from sanitary fittings being this is the disadvantage lah. Disadvantage of the water supply system during peak period. There is the tendency to lower the pressure. So indirect water system and water supply system. So indirect ni maksudnya dia akan supply ke storage dulu ataupun water tank ataupun cistern, dan lebih dikenali sebagai water tank lah, sebelum dia masuk ke dalam sistem rumah. So there is no risk of back siphon each with the system, because of dia akan supply ke atas, and then dia akan supply melalui gravity flow, and maksudnya a different height tu membuatkan dia menjadi ada pressure lah, maksudnya that's why kita punya cistern ataupun kita punya water tank, kita akan letakkan tempat yang tinggi, Okay, so that is the advantage of indirect water supply. Okay, in case of interruption in the main water supply, there is adequate store water. So selalunya dia bergantung pada penggunaan, dia boleh store sampai 2 hingga 3 hari. Dan kalau berlaku shortage of water, maksudnya kalau pihak Syabas tutup bekalan air, so kita dapat menggunakan air yang berada dalam storage system. Okay. Okay, so that is the advantage and disadvantage. So disadvantage, of course, kalau you pakai sistem ni, dia mesti melalui pipe yang panjang. Okay, large storage system. So maksudnya dia menggunakan storage water tank. Okay, fresh drinking water is only available at the kitchen sink. Kalau pakai sistem jenis ni. Selalunya kebanyakan rumah pakai sistem ni lah. Okay, so a part of distribution system, service pipe, the pipe from the water main or other sources of potable water supply to water distribution of the building serve. So that is the from the pipe. Okay, so distribution pipe, a pipe within the structure of the premise convey the water from the service pipe to the point of utilization. Maksudnya this is penggunaan dekat dalam rumah kita lah. This is dekat luar rumah sebelum masuk ke dalam rumah. This is dekat dalam rumah. Okay, riser and water supply pipe that extend one full story or more than to convey water from branch to the fixtures. Okay, so fixtures branch and fixtures branch in the distribution system, water supply pipe being between the fixture supply and the water distributing pipe. And so you boleh tengok kat sini. So this is the fixture supply. This is the fixtures branch and this is the service pipe. And service pipe dia akan supply terus ke sistem kita ataupun storage tank. And then dia akan supply juga terus ke kitchen. So kalau sistem yang biasa digunakan di dalam rumah kita, dia akan supply air daripada luar, air daripada maksudnya daripada pihak syabas yang direct system tu, dia akan supply terus ke sistem ataupun storage tank sebelum dia being supply to the kawasan toilet dan juga other fixtures branch lah. Okay. So next is type of fittings, plumbing fixtures, type of fitting and plumbing. Okay. So jenis-jenis pipe, kan, kebanyakan pipe kita gunakan LDPE, low density polyethylene pipe, high density polyethylene, dan selalunya kita pakai HDPE pipe lah, kan, pipe yang color hitam berjalur berwarna biru. Okay, and then sometimes we use sometimes we use PVC, and so that is considered a plastic pipe. And then galvanized iron pipe selalunya digunakan dekat luar, kan. Dan juga asbestos pipe, and sometimes they use cast iron pipe. So this is material yang digunakan untuk pipe tersebut. Okay, usually we use HDPE pipe lah dengan LDPE pipe, and sometimes they use GI pipe. Okay, this is the LDPE pipe, HDPE pipe, and galvanized iron pipe, okay, cast iron. And then sometimes in the nak supply dekat kawasan-kawasan yang besar, so maybe they use RCC span pile, kan. Okay, so this is the lead pipe and this is the joint. So the joint maksudnya joint yang digunakan untuk water supply, banyaklah, kan. Jenis Y, jenis T, and then 45 degree bend, 90 degree bend, and this is for U-trap, P-trap ni dekat sanitary, kan. Okay, so this is the joint, then plain anti, okay, single flange bend dan sebagainya. Okay, untuk budak-budak civil ni, okay, you need to know the orang kata these topics. And you need to know the quantity lah, kan. You need to, bila you baca BQ tu, you know this is the orang kata the numbers, contohnya the numbers of joint, and how many numbers of joint depend on the design water supply system tersebut. So how many joints nak guna, 45 degree bend berapa numbers nak guna, berapa panjang nak guna HDPE pipe dan sebagainya. Okay, so another things yang penting di dalam water supply ni is the valve, and sistem valve tu menggunakan valve, selalunya dia bergantung pada lokasi pipe tu diinstall, kan. Nak tutup pipe tu, kan, so mesti menggunakan valve. So banyak jenis valve yang digunakan, contohnya line valve, scour valve, air valve, relief valve, reflux valve, and fire hydrant, and sometimes di dalam kawasan perumahan they need to have this fire hydrant lah, kan, yang akan terus pakai air daripada water main. Water main tu maksudnya daripada pihak syabas. Okay, this is the sluice valve yang banyak digunakan lah, kan. This is the sluice valve. Okay, air valve, selalunya air valve ni digunakan dekat tempat daripada tempat rendah ke tinggi ataupun tinggi ke rendah, kan. Bila pipe tu disupply daripada tempat tinggi ke rendah, so dia akan mewujudkan satu air pressure yang terperangkap dekat situ. So that's why you need to release the air yang terperangkap tu menggunakan air valve. Okay, so this is selalunya in water distribution ni mechanical engineers yang akan design lah kan. As a civil, you need to know all the orang kata all the fittings and all the jenis-jenis pipe yang digunakan lah kan. Okay, gate valve, okay, this is selalu digunakan lah. And even dekat kita punya meter pun menggunakan this type, gate valve. Okay, stopcock, okay, tap or cork ni banyak digunakan lah. Kan. Okay, stop tag. Okay, cold water supply. Okay, this is the apa nama? Dia punya another notes kan. Tadi kita dah bincang pasal direct water supply, what is the advantage and disadvantage. Okay, this is another advantage and disadvantage of direct water supply and indirect water supply. Okay, so jenis-jenis pump yang digunakan, dia ada jenis rotodynamic and positive displacement. Okay, so for rotodynamic, untuk kita nak kita punya apa nama target is to nak make sure water is flow apa nama within the pump, within the pipe and with a correct pressure. So we need to use pump lah, and pump jenis rotodynamic ni jenis centrifugal pump, axial flow, mixed flow. For positive displacement, kan, positive displacement ada dua jenis, rotary and reciprocating. So dia ada banyak jenis. So dekat dalam, katakan dekat dalam BQ, dekat dalam you punya dalam satu-satu projek pembinaan, so you tengok dekat section water supply, so dia mesti ada jenis-jenis pump ini yang digunakan. Kalau projek tu menggunakan pump lah, kan. So this is the jenis centrifugal pump. So centrifugal pump has a rotating impeller. So you boleh tengok dekat Google what is the centrifugal pump. Okay, so liquid is enter the pump near the axis of impeller, and the rotating impeller will sweep the fluid out towards the end of the impeller blade at the high pressure. So that's why we use this kind of pump and to push the water so that the pressure getting high lah, and okay, so positive displacement. Okay, the liquid is trapped in the space within the loop and discharged into a region to the high pressure. So this is dia punya cara kerja dia berbeza sedikit dengan centrifugal pump, but kedua-dua jenis pump ni is to increase the pressure and to increase the pressure of the water. So the common device of this type is the gear pump, and which consists of pair of meshing gear. And so kedua-dua jenis pump ni ialah tujuan dia untuk meninggikan water pressure. And so you boleh apa nama Google what is the centrifugal pump. Tengok dia punya. Okay, this is rupa bentuk centrifugal pump. So berserta dengan harga. Okay, this is the centrifugal pump. Sebelum ni saya sebut centrifugal pump ni untuk centrifugal fan untuk dia nak push the air. Kali ni dia nak push the water, menggunakan konsep yang sama lah, menggunakan konsep yang sama. Okay, this is the centrifugal pump. Okay, this is the positive displacement pump. So you boleh tengok kat sini. So this is the positive displacement pump. Okay, so tujuan dia inside apa nama, dia akan masuk in, dia akan keluar macam ni. So water tu dia akan terperangkap kan di dalam sistem gear positive displacement ni sebelum dikeluarkan dengan pressure yang tinggi kan. Alright, so far itu saja slide yang ada. Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum.